What's up? It's your boy B Neil. We back with X and the Matrix Part 2 in the midst of a rainy day. Still chilling out here, getting that good breeze. It's getting a little cool outside. But pretty much what I want to talk about, how I began my journey on getting awakened, I guess. And how it kind of just all happened over just like through coincidence, I guess. Like, I guess the first thing that really made me start questioning like what was going on, I decided to read the Bible. And like straight in the beginning, like I ain't had to get through Genesis or Luke and all that shit, like, or I just the beginning, like the first three chapters, like it said God made mankind in our image, and I was like, who is our? I thought it was just God. So I mean that question kind of dawned on me for a while, and I had asked like the youth minister of my church at the time when I seen him at the gym, what did he mean by that? And he responded like after he kind of paused in the face with I don't know, he just like the pause in his face made me already question it. Then he said it was the Holy Trinity, what do you say, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And I didn't really believe it because I'm like, it looked like he didn't even believe it himself. Like he just recited it. Like he really didn't know that answer. So I mean, I'm definitely about to collect some rainwater. I need to wash this cup out. So you guys follow me. Head ass. About to go to MTV Cribs. But yeah, I mean, it just led me to ask a lot of more questions about life. And after like kind of going to TSU and losing my car, uh, I couldn't just move around like how I wanted to. So just being with my friends and staying with them and not even having a phone just led me to not be able to be connected to the world, and everybody always asking me to go places, and I couldn't go places. I ain't have money to go nowhere, so I just had to sit my ass in the house and just think. And sometimes I was bored, sometimes I just found a way to have fun. It was just, I think that was just the beginning of my awakening process. Like, I wasn't really having any knowledge because at that point I had a lot of doubts. I was even doubting myself. I wasn't confident, but it kind of goes to show you that you'll be going through something that's needed in life, and you won't even notice the shit because like your mind state is just going through another way. And it's pouring down, the rain is falling down. But yeah, after even over time, damn, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I'm gonna get this rainwater though. I'm just go in the house and chill. Ugh. Usually my balcony don't get wet, but it's raining. No, I'm just gonna stand up. It's just raining sideways. But what I was saying, just thinking even back further than that, TSU, I was kind of, my third year in college. My freshman year in college, it was a Black Panther I met, and he just started showing me how the world wasn't what I thought it was. It wasn't all roses and dandelions. Like, it started showing me, because I even told my mama at one point racism was pretty much dead because like everybody was getting jobs and shit. But I was a fucking high school blind like a motherfucker. But like, even when I'm watching his shit, like he's showing me all like the Muhammad's and shit that spoke, and I'm listening, I'm reading, entertaining, all that, like grabbing knowledge. That even made me start studying even harder with my shit that was going on in my life. But like, shit happened, and I guess I kind of forgot about that for a while. But it's like once I fully came conscious, I started remembering all that shit was slowly being programmed into me back in the day. And that's why I say like everything just have a kind of a purpose, even though you're not even realizing it. Like I didn't become a Black Panther. I didn't even change that much. I just start gaining different knowledge, I guess. And it did answer a couple of my questions I had, but nothing about where I came from, who I am. Like, I didn't get that deep into it. Like, the Black Panthers do talk about all that, but I was just getting into like more of the race thing, like people, like our people not being treated right. So it made me start feeling a certain way about how our people was being treated. It made me look into it in that sense. I didn't really get into the spiritual side of any of the Black Panther shit, which it does have, but I just, over time, I say after TSU, and after that, that was about 3 years. I mean, even I say I started questioning shit my senior year in high school. So from my senior year till TSU, that's like 4 years. Yeah, that's that good rainwater. That's that thunder and lightning rainwater. That ain't that chemtrail rainwater. This God sent. But it did say it's gonna be a flash flood. My car don't stay on the 3rd floor, but I'm good. But what I was gonna say? Oh, so I mean, all the way up till, it took me till a whole year of being at TSU that summer to like just start really gaining knowledge. Like this nigga Malvin put me on like a video, and I was just so disgusted. Who was it? You'll never believe it. It was fucking Alex Jones that awoken me for like the realest, like, oh, this shit real, nigga. Like they hoeing us out here. And after that, I ain't never looked back. Like it wasn't like nothing nobody could tell me about shit. Like this Alex Jones, what I watched, me and this nigga Malvin watched like a 3-hour like video. It had sections. Like the first section was talking about like, damn, what was the first section talking about? I don't remember. Like the first 2 sections was something I was like, okay, all right, I got it. But the 3rd section was all about fucking food, like how they treat the animals, how everything in the food is bullshit. And I was just like, oh my God, like put back to the wall. Like, oh yeah, we in a war. Like my mind went to a whole nother state, and that shit just drove me to change. Like I started meditating immediately. I started sun gazing. Like every video I watched was an hour long about just how to better myself. Like I was on a rampage that whole summer. Like that summer was the most change I ever probably did over a short amount of time. Like everything had been gradual to that point just to get me there. And then once that hit me, I was just like, nah, I can't keep ignoring this shit. Like I started even wanting to eat different and everything. Like I did eat different actually. Like that first month I was just a different person for the most part. Like, and ever since then I just been building off that shit. Man, I cannot lie to you, these drainage systems are ass. Like it's only been raining for a little bit. Like they already closing up. You can see the last bit of air getting up out them holes. Like you can see the bubbles coming. Some of mine are already covered, like full of water. Yeah. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like we always be like looking for that big step, that major phase in our life to let us know we on a different path. With me, I was on a different path for like 5 years and didn't even notice it. Now I've been on I feel like not fully awake, and I'm not just, you know, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the fuck they be calling it, but my kundalini and shit, like I can't see different worlds and shit like that, but my being and how I feel like I can't die, and I know my soul is eternal and shit. Like I've been feeling that way for almost a year and a half, and I've gained a lot of knowledge and different emotions too that come with that shit. Like, but I really believe in baby steps. Like even though it takes forever and you get hella frustrated, I get hella frustrated. Like that's how you gotta go. It's not necessarily patience, but cause I mean I don't really know. Like it's not patience when you don't know it's happening. Like so it's like you kind of just going along with it, but I feel like you're supposed to take baby steps with everything, of course, but when it comes to like getting awakened and gaining knowledge, like you just have to just start questioning shit if you ever wanted to move faster. But like I don't know, that's just how I end up changing. It all just happened to me. It's kind of weird when you just sit back and think about it, because now I'm just a totally different person. Like I don't even think nothing like I did in high school or 2 or 3 years ago. Like, I don't even think how I thought like 8 months ago. Like, shit has really changed, and it's crazy to me. But I still don't know exactly where I have to go. I just know I'm going somewhere, of course. Because, I mean, I've been spiraling up this whole time. And it's just like how I didn't see where I was at 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 years ago. Like, I don't see where I'm at now. I just feel better about where I'm at now, in a sense. But, yeah, that's pretty much my part 2 of exiting the matrix. It's just questioning shit. And don't ignore knowledge, because when you do, it's like you're not giving your chance any chance to open up. Like, you don't know everything. You never will know everything, because there's no such thing as knowing everything. Like, it's impossible, because we're infinite. Everything about this world is infinite. Everything about the universe is infinite. Everything about God is infinite. Like, you can't understand it all. So trying to understand it all will confuse you, but just being comfortable and thinking you know it all, you'll never get anywhere. Like, so I mean, I'd rather take the path of questioning shit, being confused, being frustrated, but still learning and growing, than thinking I know everything and never moving anywhere. This is the part 2. About to make a part 3 right after this, so stay tuned. Peace.